The Texas highway stretched empty in both directions, heat shimmering off the asphalt in the late afternoon sun. Jake Morrison was driving his beat-up pickup truck back from a failed job interview when he saw her. A woman sitting on a suitcase by the side of the road, her thumb out, wearing what looked like a wedding dress. An actual wedding dress. White lace, elegant, expensive looking. Her blonde hair was disheveled, her feet were bare, and she looked utterly defeated. Jake slowed down. Every instinct told him to keep driving. Hitchhikers were trouble. Hitchhikers in wedding dresses were definitely trouble. But he couldn't just leave someone stranded in the Texas heat. He pulled over 20 feet past her and rolled down the passenger window as she grabbed her suitcase and ran toward the truck. "Thank you," she said breathlessly. "Thank you so much. I've been here for 2 hours. You're the first person who stopped." "Where are you heading?" Jake asked. "Anywhere but here. Please. I'll pay you. I have money. I just need to get away from this town." Jake looked at her more closely. Mid-20s. Beautiful despite the smeared makeup and exhaustion. The dress was real, not a costume, not a prank. And she looked genuinely terrified. "Get in," Jake said, "but we're going to talk about what's happening here." She threw her suitcase in the truck bed and climbed into the passenger seat. Up close, Jake could see she'd been crying. Her hands were shaking. "I'm Jake," he said, pulling back onto the highway. "And you are Sophia." "Sophia?" "Just Sophia." "Okay, just Sophia. Want to tell me why you're hitchhiking in a wedding dress?" Sophia laughed, a slightly hysterical sound. "I ran away from my wedding. Literally ran. During the ceremony. In front of 300 guests. I grabbed my suitcase from the bridal suite, climbed out a window, and ran. Why? Because I was about to marry someone I don't love to please my father and merge two companies. Because I woke up this morning and realized I was about to spend the rest of my life as a business transaction. So I ran." Jake processed this. "And now you're hitchhiking in Texas with a complete stranger. Better than the alternative. Where are you heading?" "Home. Small town called Riverside. About 2 hours north. Population 3,000, one stoplight, nothing exciting. You're welcome to catch a bus from there to wherever you're actually going. Can I stay tonight?" "Just one night. I'll pay you. I just need somewhere to sleep where no one will find me." Jake thought about his tiny apartment above his uncle's auto repair shop. One bedroom, barely furnished, not fit for guests. But something about this runaway bride made him want to help. "I've got a couch," Jake said. "You can crash there, but tomorrow we figure out your actual plan." During the 2-hour drive, Sophia's story came out in pieces. Her father owned Cameron Luxury Automotive, worth $400 million. Her fiancé, ex-fiancé, now was Preston Blackwell, heir to Blackwell Investment Group. The marriage was arranged to facilitate a business merger. "I tried to love him," Sophia said. "I really did. But Preston sees me as an asset, not a person. This morning, while I was getting ready, I heard him on the phone. He was laughing about how marrying me gave him control of my father's company, said I was tolerable enough to keep around for appearances. That's when I knew I couldn't do it." Jake felt anger on her behalf. "Your father knows about this arrangement. He designed it. After my mother died, my father became obsessed with legacy and power. He sees me the same way Preston does, as a means to an end." They reached Riverside as the sun was setting. Jake's apartment was exactly as he described. Small, simple, clean, but sparse. Sophia looked around at the single couch, the kitchen that was barely bigger than a closet. The obvious signs of someone living paycheck to paycheck. "This is perfect," she said. "It's real. No pretense, no performance. Just real." Jake made dinner. Nothing fancy, just pasta and sauce from a jar. They ate on the couch because there wasn't a dining table. And they talked. Really talked. Sophia asked about Jake's life. His work as a mechanic, His failed interview that day for a better paying job, his dreams of opening his own shop someday. Why didn't you get the job? Sophia asked. They wanted someone with formal certifications. I learned from my uncle, hands on, but I don't have the paperwork. Can't afford the courses to get certified. He shrugged. Story of my life, good at what I do, but can't get ahead because I don't have the right credentials. Over the next 3 days, Sophia stayed. She insisted on paying rent, though Jake tried to refuse. She helped out at his uncle's shop, answering phones, organizing parts, even learning basic mechanical work. She wore Jake's extra t-shirts and jeans instead of her wedding dress, pulled her hair back in a ponytail, and for the first time in her life, felt free. I need to tell you something, Sophia said on the fourth night. My last name is Cameron, Sophia Cameron. My father is Richard Cameron of Cameron Luxury Automotive. I figured you were wealthy, Jake said. The wedding dress was a clue. You're not surprised. I'm surprised you're still here. Thought you'd take off by now, back to your real life. This feels more real than anything I've had in years, Sophia said, being here, working at the shop, eating pasta from jars with you. No one treating me like a princess or an asset. Just treating me like a person. Jake looked at her. You can't hide forever. Eventually your father will find you, or Preston will. I know, but not yet. Please, not yet. On the sixth day, reality arrived in the form of 2 black SUVs and 3 men in expensive suits. Richard Cameron himself stepped out looking furious. Sophia, this is ridiculous. Get in the car now. Sophia stood her ground, wearing one of Jake's t-shirts and grease-stained jeans. No, you humiliated our family, destroyed a business deal, caused a scandal that's been all over the news. You're coming home and fixing this. I'm 26 years old. I'm not your property. You're my daughter, and you're acting like a child. Now get in the car before I have you forcibly removed from this place. Jake stepped forward. She said no. Time for you to leave. Richard looked at Jake like he was something stuck to his shoe. And who are you? The mechanic she's been hiding with. Did you know who she was? Planning to extort money from me? I knew she needed help. That's all that mattered. Richard laughed. How noble. Sophia, this man is using you. You realize that. He sees you as a meal ticket. He's the only person who's seen me as a person in years, Sophia said. Not a business asset. Not a merger opportunity. Just Sophia. That's worth more than your entire company. Fine, Richard said coldly. Stay here. Play house with this mechanic, but you're cut off. No trust fund, no company shares, no family money. See how long your romance lasts when you're actually poor. He got back in his SUV and left. Sophia stood there, shaking. Jake put his arm around her shoulders. You okay? I just gave up $200 million to stay in a 1-bedroom apartment with a guy I've known for 6 days. I might not be okay, but I'm free. That's worth more. Over the next year, Sophia built a new life. She got a job managing the repair shop. Shish. You was good at it, bringing organizational skills and customer service that transformed the business. She and Jake became partners professionally and personally. They struggled financially, but they were happy. 2 years after that highway encounter, Sophia and Jake were married. Not in a cathedral with 300 guests, but in Riverside's small park with Jake's uncle officiating and 20 friends attending. Richard Cameron didn't come, but he sent a letter that Sophia read the night before the wedding. Dear Sophia, I was wrong. I see that now. You chose authenticity over wealth, love over obligation. That took courage I didn't think you had. I'm proud of you, and I'm sorry for trying to control your life. If you'll allow it, I'd like to be part of your life again, not as your business manager, as your father. Dad, at the wedding, Sophia gave a toast. 2 years ago, I was about to marry someone I didn't love. I ran away in a wedding dress and got picked up by a mechanic in a pickup truck. Best decision of my life. Jake didn't save me. I saved myself by choosing to leave. But he gave me a place to land, a real life, and love that doesn't come with conditions. That's everything. If this story moved you, like, share, and subscribe for stories about choosing authenticity over obligation. Comment about a time you walked away from security to find happiness. Your courage might inspire someone to make that choice today.